Hey everybody, this is Joe. Thanks for watching the 9 October Giga Texas construction update video. I'd like to thank Bradford Ferguson of Halter Ferguson Financial and all of my patrons for your outstanding support to make these videos possible. Let's talk a little bit more about the mobile batch plant to the north. This is a correction a little bit to the discussion that we had on these green tanks that you see. I had mentioned that I thought they were water, but as many viewers have pointed out, these are actually for admix. So let's talk about that. Admix are chemicals that are added to the concrete mix other than the Portland cement, water, and aggregate, and it changes the properties to some degree of the concrete. There's 5 main types. The water reduction one allows you to use 5 to 10% less water. There's retarding or accelerating mixtures that will be used to adjust the cure rate of the concrete. There's superplasticizers that reduce the water content further and make it a high flowing concrete. And this will be very important for the Keystone pump trucks. Once mixed, it lasts about 60 minutes, so they need to move quickly. Then there's corrosion inhibiting admixtures to prevent corrosion of the reinforced steel. Number 1, 3, 4, and possibly 5 will be used at Giga Texas. And the installed tank capacity for those green tanks looks to be a little bit more than 100,000 gallons with a few more in spares, so they should have plenty. Last video on the 7th of October, we talked about BK drilling. They were putting in water wells. There's 2 of them in the north, and you can see in the circle, and that will be providing the water for the batch plant. And also in the lower left-hand corner, you can see the plant control room and office, and that's where the electrical switches and so forth are used to control the batch plant. For energy, you can see in the circled area, they have an on-site portable generator. It's either 1,000 or 1,500 kilowatt hours. Uses diesel fuel, and it has about 1,250 gallons of internal capacity. Another viewer pointed out that there's a few other things that are needed to make the batch plant operational. One is an area to wash out the trucks following delivery, so perhaps in that upper left-hand corner, maybe that's where they'll do it. They also have to have some area for the sand, aggregate, and other mixes to be piled up and stored before they can be transported over to the conveyors to provide the mixing. So I put some areas, perhaps this is where they're going to be. I'll be watching out for them. So what do you think? Let's see in your comments. So I hope that this helps clears up a little bit of the information that I had given earlier on the tanks. Hopefully you get some new information about what's going on, and it just overall helps understand what's going on with the mobile batch plant. So without any further discussion, let's go ahead and get the drone in the air. Let's go flying, and let's see what's going on in Giga Texas today. Before we get into the drone, I have a few things I need to go over real quick. This was a very busy day, which was great to see. When I drove up, there was a large yellow crane being brought in pieces for assembly. You can see in the foreground here parts of that, and you'll see the rest of it in the video coming up. The foundation extension is now all level, and they're doing the work to do that extension, which is outstanding news. So that pond is completely gone. Geopill work has now moved at least part of it over to that smaller foundation. So geopill work is now beginning on the west side as well, which is outstanding. Down at the pit, foundation concrete is being poured with Keystone pump cement trucks, and huge cranes are being installed. So a lot of work down there today. The central roadway that goes down the middle of the building is seeing a lot of gravel prep and some other sub-base work done to prepare that for future work, which is outstanding. Rebar has been delivered to the north part of the foundation, and they're already doing the preparation for footers in that area. Geopier work also continues up in the north part, so a lot of activity on the foundation today. We're going to go look at all of these in the video, so let's go ahead and start flying.